Hey everyone, I just wanted to extend a warm thanks to everyone who's here on my channel. I am trying to create a movement that's to entail a lot of missions, a lot of missionary work as far as my personal stance on being a Christian goes and my relationship with the Lord and with Christ. And so I'm writing up what I call heart work, to be a heart work warrior, a heart work police, heart work sheriff, and beyond, really, to be a real sincere heart worker. So I want you guys to know that the evidence is clear in my life, that the things that have been happening to me isn't just paranoia, because I have had numerous experiences where the evidence they simply can't erase. I have backed it up. I've shared it with other people. It's disappeared from my phone. I've gotten it back on my phone. My phones have been mirrored, hacked, hijacked. Same thing with my internet, my data, my life. Like, legitimately, my life was being hijacked from me, aiming to take my life and leave me dead. So I know that that's the actual case. I'm not just crazy. I know it sounds crazy because I'm not dead. I'm in a lot of pain because of the things that I've been enduring and because of the things that I've been trying to put together. And the evidence is clear to me, and I'm trying to make it clear to the public as well. So if you're a supporter of mine, I really, really appreciate it, and I encourage your shares, I encourage your likes, your comments. I do not encourage trolls because I get enough of them, but this is for every poisoned up mind, soul, body, spiritual, ethically, morally, to stand back up in life and take our lives back, piece by piece. It's more than just music, poetry, writing on creating missions and movements. It's more than that. It's sincerely a mission that I've been working on and writing up with a lot of grit. I feel that comes, a lot of it I feel comes from the Lord. And so I just don't want people to get frustrated with the content, because it's frustrating enough for me to have the experiences I've had and have my memories flooding back to me. And so I encourage people to go way back in my content from when I first started and find stuff that you can agree with, or you can find to relate with, or even if we don't see eye to eye on things, I would love your support because of what I've been through. So I'm going to call this piece, "They Tried to Erase Me," because I need to speak out. And it's not just for myself, but for anyone who's ever felt like they were slowly being erased, piece by piece, by people that they thought they could trust. This isn't just a story. This is the evidence of that story. This is my testimony. I have been targeted and misaligned by what I felt was a good friend of mine, who I thought was a good friend of mine. And at times, I had memories where I would write things down in paper, on paper, and not in my computer, because when I write things in my computer, It was verbatim to me that those were the exact things that he would word salad the F out of my mind about, to make it look as if it's some conspiratorial way of thinking that just isn't true, like I'm psychologically messed up, and it's not some vague conspiratorial way. No, not at all. This was a personal attack, very close, and it came from people who sat right next to me, smiled in my face, called themselves friends, to make you question your whole existence, because the knife wasn't just in my back. It was slipped carefully into my ribs, into my life, by design. And all while they're acting like they have my better interest at hand, and they're holding me up and willing to help me. But the only kind of help up I got was just to push me back down, and to make sure, and it was to make sure that I was down for the count for good, because of where this man had moved in my life before. I was poisoned, and let me say that again. I was poisoned really bad. My studies, and with what the doctor had told me, it's arsenic poisoning, and in the last situation it was cyanide, which is a chemical attack. It almost killed me outright within 10 minutes flat. I almost died, as if my body was left in a ticking time bomb, eating away at my health until I was barely holding on inside of my mind. It took me way longer to call the police, and even having that call still has no weight as far as what the police suggestively are able to do, when I just think it's absurd, and I think it's bullshit, because I could kick over a garbage can and land myself in jail before, but this man's been premeditatively murdering me by a design to not only steal my life away from me, but to take my life, oust me from my own heartbeat. And it wasn't just that. I'm sure there are other things, other toxins that were meant to make me weak, sicken me, and leave me confused, to the point I don't know all of the things that were happening to me, but I remember the smells and the taste in my mouth all the way back in the day when this stuff first started, and how with another girlfriend of mine, mind you, how the same things kept happening to me. So it took me forever to get away from these people that would allow me to have that taste in the back of my mouth, the dizziness that I felt, the numbness in my limbs, my legs, my arms, especially my left arm from the heart palpitations, to make me wonder if I was going to even wake up the next day, and especially that first time that I had fallen to the ground, coming through my own door, like it was a smack to the ground. And it told me verbatim that this isn't just your health in a decline. This is happening to you, brother. This is what you think it is. And it was a poisoning. I was being poisoned to death. And the worst part of it all is just hardly anybody who I thought would matter in my life made it matter to listen to me. People would call it stress, or people close to me and family even would say that it was just my own lifestyle choices. or that it was all in my head. But I know my body. I've put my body through extraneous workouts. I know what I'm capable of. And I know that that feeling was not at all my health in just a rapid decline that quick. Do you feel me? I've lost jobs over this. My health started failing just as soon as I'd get a job, or just as soon as I'd find a new friend or find someone new in my life. I was being targeted big time. But in my jobs, my health started declining in that same fashion, where I would have that same smell. And you don't always smell it yourself, but other people do. And my life just crumbled, where I could barely stay afloat. They needed and wanted me gone so damn bad and so damn quick for their own sexual deviant ways and desires that especially he was taking over my life. My fucking friend of 28 years, mind you. And mind you, they wanted me to fall apart. At first, slowly, until it was surely to take my life, or until I was finding out about their activities. I have recordings where I caught my ex-girlfriend having him with her. You try and paint a picture of that clearly for everyone to see and not make it feel bad. I'm fighting tears still. And behind it all, this cage-ass friend of mine who calls himself a faithful man. He's no faithful man. As someone that I called friend, someone that I loved, someone that I entrusted dearly, who could have snuck in my life in that fashion as a snake, sabotaging everything inside of my life that he could touch and affect. He didn't just stop at hurting me physically. He hurt me financially. He hurt me emotionally. And he hurt me in ways that my data and my life, my organic life, in that way isn't even mine. My online personification, he hacked away. He stole my number. My very own phone number. He didn't just stop hurting me physically, though. He took it way too far. This man went after all of the people that I loved. He had sex and tried to have sex with all of my girlfriends. All. And there was one or two that showed me the signs, and one friend of mine told me, I don't even know how you could be friends with this guy. I don't know how you didn't hear or see what he just did. And the fact of the matter is that I was just poisoned up. I was just poisoned up really well, mind you. And so I was going through things. And just, that was the same time that I believe my mom was poisoned. Like, he had tried to keep me from coming back home. And I feel if I didn't come back home, I would have lost my mom. Because of how this man moved in my life. To try and suffocate my life and burn around the edges of everyone and anyone that could help and support me. So they were just drawn to do whatever facade that he put on as far as the females are concerned. And it wasn't about love. It was about their cage-ass lust for each other. And it was just about them. It was about the power that they could hold over my life. About how far that they could push me until I broke. And the first time, The first time, I wanted to die. And I have it in other videos, but I almost was gonna kill myself. You'll have to forgive me. I'm a little bit sick. I'm getting over it, but you'll have to just forgive me for right now. I need to clear my sinuses a little bit to keep talking. But they pushed me down so hard and I was broken. I wasn't supposed to even survive that, let alone all of the other attacks, and especially in the latest, however many umpteen times that they had tried to poison me, all about self, mind, body. I wasn't supposed to be here right now fighting, but yet here I am. But it didn't ever stop there. This man's hacked me, not just once, but constantly, consistently. My phones have data moving around. Just like I said, I had sent that picture that I took of his number attached to my internet service provider as the line ID on my internet service provider, and it's his work line. That's what I think anyway, and I have the right to know whose fucking number that is. But I can't even get a hold of my internet service provider logging into my account with my account number and or my phone number. Either way, they're not trying to talk to me, and I think that they know why. I've been a targeted individual since jump. They've GPS'd me, my data. I had that picture that I took of that disappear off my phone. And after I took it, I saved it, made sure to save it in like 3-4 different places and send it off to everybody saying, save this. Because it's obviously, if I'm hacked in that way, it's obviously going to go away if I don't have people saving it. Well, luckily, it couldn't be erased from the text message that I sent. And so I resaved it that way, and then I saved it to a bunch of places. I believe that's how it went, but it's my data, my everything in my life that this man has followed. Like, he wanted to erase me in entirety and actually steal up the parts of my life that I had already lost. And just kind of walk away with them. Like, oh, here's your life, buddy. I'm going to walk away with your life like this. It's just so messed up to do to somebody. And it was a level of identity theft on top of hijacking and hacking that makes it just deeper than, credit card information stealing or identity theft with your bank accounts, even though my bank accounts were used on Meta data with Meta. And it was just a theft of my entire reality. So this is the gang stalking, the targeted individual stuff that I've been enduring. And if you've experienced it, let me explain. You're not just paranoid. It's organized psychological abuse that's meant to break you, designed to make you doubt your own mind, make everyone around you think that you're crazy, And it's gaslighting you, psychologically manipulating you, and turning your whole life into a destruction of what you would be living organically without all of the extra fray that they're just trying to burn up every last little part of. Because sure, you have like roughed edges that are in the frays, but anybody that could see all of that, or who could see all of that fray, they're just trying to burn away all of the edges that they can to make it look like it's not them. And it's to point you as crazy, even though you're not crazy. I see this stuff for what it is. And let me make this clear. I'm not speaking out for revenge. I'm speaking out because this doesn't just happen to me. It happens to people every day in the world that turns people's lives upside down, and people in my situation do take it to levels deep where you read articles, you see what happens when people get their lives taken away from them in this fashion. They take it to levels deep. They go into homicide and into places, suicide, murder/suicide. And what I'm saying is that I'm not trying to take it there. I'm trying to say that I am trying to create a mission involved in turning that stuff around in the world from the life that I've had to live. I know it sounds impossible, but I'm telling you, it's real. This covert, narcissistic, malignant type of abuse, malicious, with really hardcore intent, happens. This type of manipulation, hacking, and sabotage is domestic terrorism of the mind, and I personally believe that these are war crimes against me. War crimes, meaning the Lord has told me specifically in a feeling through my readings and my findings that because I was blinded by being poisoned in that way, that I have rights. Legitimately war rights. So this motherfucking man needs to go to prison. And if you ask me, it would be at least 100 life sentences back to back for what he has fucking done to me. Look it up. Look up this stuff in the DSM manual. The psychological manual lists of every single disorder, every form of mental manipulation and abuse. It's in there under the names like gaslighting, stalking, identity theft, psychopathy, sociopathy, so on and so forth. But out here, we just call it betrayal, or we call it gang stalking. It's the slang term for this organized crime. But it's a war zone that they've made over my entire life. You want facts? I'll give you facts. It's just arsenic poisoning, documented and it stays in your hair and nails after a long time that the symptoms fade. But I remember every single detail. Heart palpitations, numbness, loss of vision almost, where I thought I was going to go blind at one point. Symptoms of prolonged exposure, but try and explain that to a doctor without sounding insane. It doesn't happen very well because these people, I'm sorry, but they don't want to get involved in criminal conspiracies over people. They just want to prescribe medications, send you on your way, look at the direct, one part of an ailment, not the whole body, which is why I believe in holistics, not allopathic care, because it's not treating a symptom or a few symptoms. It's treating the whole sickness that's crept in over and over and over when I tried to stand my life back up. Relationships destroyed, not by accident, that was by design. Hacking, GPS tracking. You're not going to tell me that's paranoia. I saw, and I got proof of the breadcrumbs that they left behind. And that's what they were doing, is breadcrumbing me with word salad, with the things that I was writing on my computer. And then I'd do that, and I'd be writing on paper about my mission. And I'd be writing on the computer. And anything that I would be doing on the computer or on my phones would be exactly what they'd be using to try and target me, to make me feel so bad that legitimately this stuff happens to people in the world. And it does. It makes them feel so bad that they take their own lives. And that is just as good as telling somebody, or I think it's worse than telling somebody face to face to go kill yourself. It's also illegal to tell somebody to go kill themselves. So this is a lot worse with the psychological manipulation. And from my findings, it's called a crime of conspiracy over your life. I wasn't supposed to make it out. Nobody in this situation is. But I did, and I'm still standing firm up for what I believe in. And I'm not just out for sympathy. I like empathetic people that can look at what I've been creating here throughout my past and think to themselves, let's do something to help this guy out. Let's do something to really help him. Because my Heartworks plan, my Heartworks mission, will pay people back, I think, in manifolds, 100-fold even, and then some. Depending on the dollar amount, obviously. But the fact of the matter is that I've been working on a mission that will pay people back in dividends for their lifetime. So I'm not going to be silenced, I'm not going to be erased, and I'm not going to be especially silenced or poisoned up anymore by these people who wanted to take my life. Anyway, if you find this message useful, or if there's anything that you missed inside of what I'm saying here, put it in the comments. Let me know what I can do to help clarify some of this for people, because it's really hard to even establish the words to say, let alone write, and to put them together in a way to help people understand. I don't want to be alone in this battle. They tried to bury my life, but I honestly believe that they are creating the strength that they wished they could seek. Because as far as what the Lord has been making me feel, is that through all of this darkness and through all of this crazy stuff, I've been a seed, and they planted a seed, and this is just the beginning of who I can become now. So anyway, if you will support me, please share my message. Please share some love and support for what I've been going through. And if you have anything to give, please, you can donate to me on Cash App today. It's the money sign, Chase Your Dreams Today, all one word. Even $5 or $20 can go a long way in my life right now. But I'm hoping that I can reach the kind of investment that I could take a real charitable mission into the world and change lives. I want to be a helpful agent for people who are experiencing problems inside of their love lives, and even strengthen current strong love lives to just take it that much further. Love, if it's real, it's going to be accountable to you. It's not going to back down, and it's not going to come in a limited form. Love is not limited. That's very conditional of someone to say that their love is limited. Oh, like what? You have limited edition love? And after whatever, you're no good? No, that is wrong. And I'm going to say that for sure, because it is wrong to treat someone that way. And that is not at all what the love that was shown to us by our dear Lord and Savior Jesus Christ was meant to show people with in how to love. So, though I think we're all guilty, we all have a part in the way the world is going to operate from here moving forward. And me personally, I'm not going to tolerate people that want to abuse and neglect, minimize, and just dismiss me. Especially not in the way that's to throw me into an early grave. Because I've been fighting this stuff for years. And I did not know where it was coming from until like a year ago. I started discovering it. But now, I at least got a good solid handful or collection of solid rocks that prove with evidence that could be evidence for a court to make that judgment call. Do you see what I'm saying? So I urge for your support, and I truly need it. There's no other way to say it than that. So anyway, I love y'all. Thanks for being here. Let's strengthen what love is supposed to be like out here. And if people are loving each other right now, I have stuff written up for devotions that'll make your own love lives stronger, not weaker. That'll make your love lives that much better, not worse. So that's my mission with Heartwork, is it starts with my devotions and devotionals. It's very sentimental stuff, and I hope it means something to you guys as well as it means to me, because as a Heartwork warrior in that way, I think we really could be living in that party, like traveling down in the party bus with creating things that this world has never seen before come to life. And me personally, I'd like to be the person that brings it together and puts it together, because I have an amazing website already built, and if I can get all the ideas into that place, every single charity out here won't even come close to touching what I would be creating in the world. I can guarantee you that, because I'm a man on fire for the Lord, and I'm on a mission to change hearts. and do heart work. That's what it's about. So until my next video, I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. Peace.